Ali, I've been lucky enough to be watching you for 10 years. I've never seen you so fired up for a match as I did for this one, even including the two finals in 08 and 12.
Yeah, I mean, I had to be, didn't I? That was the only way I was going to get the job done today. Obviously, I've been through it 100 times now, but I'm delighted to get through. Ronnie's just, he's always hard to beat, no matter how he plays. He's a genius. He's got so much expectation on his shoulders, and to stand up and do what he does, actually. I tried to put myself in his position last night. I was laying in bed thinking, what happens if I was 5 times champion, everyone, won every tournament under the sun, everyone thought I was just going to turn up and beat everyone. That put so much pressure on any individual, and to cope with it the way he does is unbelievable.
It looked as though you were determined before the match started that you wouldn't be bullied or intimidated but by reputation or opponent. Was that a deliberate strategy before the match?
Yeah, I think pre-2012 I've probably been intimidated by Ronnie a lot, like a lot of other players are, but I said to myself, I'm not going to let that happen this time. That's just not going to happen. I've been through so much since 12. I've been through some really hard times, and to come out of it, that's probably made me a harder person, to be honest. So, to stand up there and pot all the balls to win was extra special.
And were you feeling a little bit edgy after he clawed back to 9-7? Because from 8-3... there's suddenly a little bit of momentum and there's a spring in his step, and the job was far from over today as a result of it only being a 2-frame advantage.
Yeah, exactly. Ronnie, I said to myself, he's always going to get on a spurt where he's going to win 4 or 5 frames and win 5-6 minute frames. That's what he does. That's why he's what he is. So I wasn't overly worried. I think, in all honesty, the interval came at the perfect time for me last night, 9-7. I could have seen myself getting beat if it went on last night, because he started to get on a roll. It was raucous in there last night. All the Ronnie fans are out in force, and he thrives off that. And when he starts potting a few balls, it quickly becomes a Ronnie O'Sullivan show. But that got halted at 9-7, and we got in there this afternoon and we've done the job.
I know you've answered these questions so many times. Just briefly, I've got to mention the little shoulder barge in the 19th. Was it something of nothing? Was it an indication that your determination not to be bullied had got under his skin a little bit?
Maybe. It was heat of the moment stuff. There's not loads of room out there. I was walking to the table. I was looking at the table. He's walking back to his chair. We brushed shoulders. And that was as much as there is to it. There's no malice there. He's congratulated me. I've got the utmost respect for the man. If only I could achieve what he's achieved in his career.
I saw some massive celebrations from you at the end. When I was waiting to do the live interview with you, I heard a gigantic "come on" from the dressing room. You've won 4 ranking titles, so it's not the biggest win of your career, but it clearly meant a lot to you to beat Ronnie and to beat Ronnie here. Where does this sit in your moments of satisfaction within the sport?
Well, it's always a special win, but I'm only in the quarterfinals. He's, like I've said, he's turned me over here many times, and they've hurt me bad in the past. I've had to wait a long time for today, almost 20 years as a pro. And to beat him on the biggest stage and in the way I did, and I had the upper hand on him all the way through, and he did not like it, and I didn't like it when he's had the upper hand on me all these years. So today it was my day. I'm not getting carried away. Just turn up on Tuesday and have another go.
Your first appearance in the quarterfinals since you had that run to the final in 2012. Bearing in mind all you've been through since, do you think making it to the business end means more now because you've been through it away from the table?
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying to do it for a bigger purpose than just myself. Do it for my friends and my family, and all the people that have suffered like I have, and see that they can get through it and still achieve in their life. So I'm just trying to take myself out of being just all for myself. And if people can look at me and take a bit of inspiration for what I've achieved through what I've been through, then if it helps one person, then that's great.
And do you think you'll be getting your son up to watch the quarter-final, or are you going to wait and see if you go deeper?
I think he doesn't like snooker. His dad, it's boring, so I'll say, yeah, well, sorry, Max. But he, I'd like to get him here one day, of course I would, but when the time's right, it will sure happen.
And lastly, are you bothered? Mark Williams, great season. Rob Milkins, good win over Neil Robertson in the first round. Do you even care?
No, of course I don't. It's just more of the same.
Well done. See you in the quarterfinals, Ali.
Cheers, thank you.
Thanks, mate.
proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.